How's everyone doing tonight? Man, this right here is a beautiful time. The season, Lent to me is a very reflective time. And tonight, as we start this discussion of faith, I am going to ask that you reflect on where your faith is taking you in this season of Lent. So if you will, I'd like to pray and let Jesus be the one who's going to speak through me tonight. So we bow your heads with me. O Holy Spirit, renew the hearts of the faithful. Kindle in us the fire of your love. Set forth your Spirit so that we may be renewed, and that we may trust and know who you are, God, and that, God, wherever we are in our walk of faith, that we may know who you are. In your name we pray. Amen. So, there's been a lot of crazy things that have been going on, a lot of crazy things. Certainly, as we are, as we're going into spring break, we have grades, we have life, we're trying to figure out all these things we can do before we can have a break, and then come back to all the anxiety, all this stuff that's just waiting for us when we come home. I certainly know I've been in that place where I've gone forth, I've done it, I go through the schoolwork, I get it all done, I ship it off, and I pray for a passing grade, and I come back just waiting for the next thing. And tonight, as we go through this talk of faith, I just want you to know that in it, it's this thing of faith. It's a call to know God. It's a call to reflection. It's a call that we may move forward from where we're at. That we may not just stand where we're here today. Well, this spot right here is really great. I can't be at the spot tonight. This place is going to close. And there's another place where I'm supposed to be. Where is the next place you're supposed to be in your faith? And so those are some of the things that we, as we're young and up-and-coming people of faith, or maybe we don't even know this thing about faith, that comes to questions tonight. And certainly, there's been many before us who've had these questions. I mean, the one that always comes to mind is that little knucklehead Peter. I mean, Peter is a guy who was a fisherman off the side of a boat, and Jesus just simply said one day, "Follow me." And he decided, I'm just going to go do this, and walks off. I mean, I don't know about you, but if someone just called me and said, "Hey, follow me," drop what you're doing, drop your school, drop this job that you're doing, and follow me, and I would kind of have some second questions about what this is supposed to do. And so we see Peter make some mistakes along the way. He makes some really great strides. I mean, Jesus is the one who calls him the rock of the church, And then a couple days later, he says, "Get behind me, Satan." He walks on water to be with Jesus, and then flounders and starts to sink. And then he goes and he's with Jesus, and he says, "I will not deny you unto death." And then he goes and denies him 3 times. Certainly this is a person who has been shooken up in his faith, who is questioning all these things and what is going on. Maybe he's like, this faith thing about Jesus, I'm not really sure about it. And maybe that's a question you're coming tonight. But you're not alone with that. There's others here with you. Even myself at some points, there's been times where I've asked, what is this thing about faith in Jesus that's pushing me forward, and is it worth it? And certainly, we come into this scripture in John 21, verse 15 through 19. This is right after Jesus has died, he's resurrected, and Peter and them are just a couple guys fishing. They stay up all night, they're doing the trade that they have perfected all their lives. They don't really catch anything. And then Jesus comes to them, he says, hey, cast your net on the other side. And they catch a bunch of fish. And then Peter, blessed Peter, has to put on his clothes and he jumps in the river or in the ocean. That's a crazy thing. And then we get to this point where there's this conversation with Peter. And it goes like this. When they had finished eating, Jesus said to them, or to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? Yes, Lord, he said. You know that I love you. Jesus said, feed my lambs. Again, Jesus said, Simon, son of John, do you love me? Answer them, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. Jesus said, take care of my sheep. The third time, he said to him, Simon, son of John, do you love me? Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him the third time, do you love me? He said to him, Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Truly I tell you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and went where you wanted. When you were old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. Jesus said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. Then he said to him, follow me. So what does that have to do about faith and following him? And in part, it comes in a little bit when we dive deeper to the word love from there. You see, the English language, when we talk about love can apply to many things. For instance, I love my parents. Our mom's great. My sisters are great. I love them to death. I also love pizza. I also love my shoes that I'm wearing. I love my car. I love my phone. But I don't love all these things equally. And that's the problem that comes with the English language. But when we dive into the Greek, we get these two different words for love that is in this conversation. Agape and philos. Agape, for those of you who don't know, is a higher form of love. It's the I love you type of love. This is the kind of love Jesus is asking Peter at first. Do you love me, Peter? And Peter's response is the philos love. The philos is we are associates, we associate familiarity with one another. We're close with one another. I know what's been going on in your life. We've done life together. We've died together. I mean, this is the people that we spent years together with. That's the kind of love that Peter's responding with. And Jesus responds with this agape love to him twice. And each time, Peter responds to him with this philos love. And then Jesus comes back to him with this philos love, asking him, Peter, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you want to know me deeper? Do you know what's been going on in our lives together? Are you with me until the very end? This is a ride or die type moment. He's asking Peter, are you with me until the end? Peter, of course, in this moment, is frustrated because he knows the answer, that he wonders why Jesus is asking him this. Because in this, there is this space where it's like, God, you know where my heart is, and you know where you're calling me to go. Of course not. And in that, Jesus talks to him about this faith that's going to call him to do hard things, to to do things that he might not really be comfortable with. I don't know about y'all, but death really hurts. I mean, including like the death of yourself. That really hurts too. Because that means like I died, and I let Jesus in, and I let Jesus dictate what's going on in my heart. That's a deep kind of death there. And like wherever you're at tonight, I certainly don't know where you're at. But I'd also like to invite you, like Jesus has invited us, just to simply follow him. Because this thing about faith isn't about getting it right. It's not about getting the straight A. It's not about being perfect. If it was perfect, I'd get kicked out of here a long time ago. But it's about simply following. And to that, when we go into our small groups tonight, I'd like to invite you, like, wherever you're at in your faith, in this response, where are you at? And with that, I would like to pray for us as we go and give you a benediction. Lord, you know our hearts, you know this love, you know this grace that calls us deeper to you. I pray that as we love you like this agape type love, that we would be transformed into this philos type love, where we would come to know you like family, that we would be in this ride or die type of situation. And that with you, Jesus, it would just be about knowing you. And I pray that as we go into the season of Lent, may we come to know you deeper and better as we walk and journey with you to the cross. It's in your name we pray. Amen. All right.